Hi, it's Kit Finlay-Bates here, and video 19 in a series commissioned by the Helsinki Blockchain Center. And today I want to briefly touch on the core problem of the GDPR and blockchain. So GDPR is a European Union directive, the General Data Protection Regulation, that requires companies who handle, hold and process private data of EU citizens to comply with certain rules. For example, the right for the individual to have their data corrected if it's wrong, or to be forgotten, i.e. have their data deleted. And this works perfectly well, not perfectly well, but it is technically feasible in the traditional software and, for example, social media space, in that you can ask Facebook to delete your profile and they have complete control over the databases in which your data is stored, so they can actually comply with that requirement. The problem in blockchain is actually twofold. The first is that there's no data controller that you can go to. Most companies that are large enough will have a person whose job is to be the data controller. If you have a problem with the way the company is handling your data, you go to the data controller and you make a request under the GDPR. And there is a person that you can go to for that. With blockchain, because it's decentralized, there is no clear data controller. And the second problem is the one of immutability. Now, blockchains aren't truly immutable in that, for example, Bitcoin is probabilistically fixed. There is, however, a small but non-zero probability that past can be rewritten. And of course, if you take something like Ethereum, well, if all the nodes decided to shut down and delete their servers, then that would be the end of that. So it's not eternal in the sense that immutable seems to imply. However, for all practical purposes, once a piece of data is written onto the blockchain and is accepted into a block and time passes, it's pretty much there forever. And that means that even if there is a request to change or delete some data, and you find somebody who you can say you are the person responsible for doing this, they can't in all probability comply. So those are the two problems, and they all stem from the fact that the GDPR was written with a centralized world in mind. The GDPR focuses on the traditional world of data handling, in which there is indeed a central authority with a central database that can be arbitrarily rewritten. So I've not seen any resolution to all of this. There are plenty of articles on the web written by various EU bodies where they discuss the problem, but they don't come up with an answer. So I guess we'll have to see what the future brings. That's it for today's video. Hope you found it interesting, and see you in the next one soon. Bye for now.